So here we are, talking about Hillel, and one of the things that's important about Hillel is that we met through Hillel.
How did we meet?
35 years ago.
More. We met more than 35 years ago.
37 years ago.
Right.
Okay, so what happened was, I was very distressed about the Yom Kippur War. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I was a graduate student at Ohio State, and nobody was as concerned about the Yom Kippur War as I was. And I thought if I came to Hillel, I might find a sympathetic soul there. And I found you. And you were very sympathetic. And one thing led to another.
Sympathetic.
One thing led to another, and I took your classes. And 2 years later, we got married. So
In fact, what I was teaching that year, remember, I was teaching a class
right Hillel couple.
on women in Judaism.
You were teaching the class
I
on
think
women
that
in
opened
Judaism. You
up
hooked me right in with that class on women in Judaism. And you've been hooking me in ever since.
No,
You like to say that you chased me, but you had a mind. And that's one of the wonderful things about being around Hillel is that there are lots of people here who use their minds, and it's a place to come to when you want to.
Uh-huh. And what I remember is that when I first came to Hillel, I asked one of the rabbis in Washington what he thought I should teach. He's the one who recommended that I do a class on
Who was
women.
that?
Max Tickton,
Yeah.
that I do a class on
Yeah.
women in Judaism. And it opened up for me a career, 36, 37, 38 years of thinking about new issues as they emerge and confronting the challenge of the basic problems that we confront as we grow as a community.
And what better place to be than on a campus to do that? I think you and I have both felt that we're very lucky to be associated with Hillel and to be on a campus, especially one as stimulating as UCLA, where there are many great teaching figures and people who come through, and we can be on the forefront of those issues. You're right, as you were then.
Right. In
with
fact,
women in Judaism.
Right. In fact, what I think about is that what's fortunate is that we can both continue to learn from some of our colleagues, the faculty who are our friends, and from the students who keep on pressing us.
And who are the next generation in positions of power.
And who want answers to the big questions that they have to deal with.
And who are changing Jewish life in ways that are fascinating for us to see.
And Hillel, as a result, has always been a place that's at the forefront. It's moving ahead. I recall that Hillel was the first Jewish agency to hire a woman full-time to head a Jewish agency. I recall that Chavurot on campus emerged in the 70s. I still see Hillel pioneering with alternative spring breaks. I remember back in the 70s with Jewish arts festivals. So Hillel was at the cutting edge. Now we're developing programs of leadership, a campus entrepreneurs initiative, hoping to provide a generation of new leaders in Jewish life.
Well, here's the other thing that's important is that it's kept you young, my boy.
Yeah, well, but the hair keeps on falling out in spite of it all.
Nonetheless, every time you're in a room with people, if there are young people in the room, if there are college students in particular in the room, that's what you make a beeline for. Hillel keeps you young, as well as stimulated intellectually with all these forefront sorts of issues.
Well, I actually forgot to mention, when we're talking about forefront and challenges, the Birthright activities. I myself traveled a number of times on Birthright.
I know.
And it sort of really kept us tied into Israel and the role that Israel plays in our life and the life of students. I think that people maybe need to hear the story of Hillel. And what better way to hear the story of Hillel than to participate in the upcoming Hillel dinner?
Absolutely, and to look around and to ask, who'd you meet, and did you meet somebody at Hillel, and are you married to somebody? Or do you know somebody who got married because of their contacts at Hillel? Because the truth is that Hillel is a great secret in the Jewish community in this way. It's a shidduch maker.
Right. We met our spouse at the Hillel house.
So we hope that other people, too, have lots of wonderful stories to share about Hillel. Their romances, their intellectual life, their emotional life, their spiritual life, something we haven't talked very much about.
Their Jewish romance, that is their love of Judaism.
That's right. All of it. All wrapped up into one big package, because that's been the story of our life. And if we've been successful here, it's because that's been the central guiding conviction of our life, that Hillel has been central to all those parts of our lives and has helped us mold our story and transmit our story to the next generation. So we hope you'll join us.
You're hired.
Thank you.